Imagine waking up in the dead of night, in freezing -2 weather, on the side of a remote Russian mountain. Something terrifies you so badly that you don't even bother to untie your tent. Instead, you grab a knife, slash the tent open from the inside, and run out into the pitch-black, freezing night. You leave behind your heavy coats, your boots, and your survival gear. You run into the dark, wearing nothing but your socks or completely barefoot. This isn't the plot of a horror movie. In February 1959, 9 experienced hikers did exactly this on a mountain ominously named Dead Mountain. When search parties finally found them weeks later, what they discovered defied all logic. Some froze to death, others had massive, unexplained internal injuries, crushed chests and fractured skulls, comparable to the force of a high-speed car crash. One was missing her tongue and eyes, and bizarrely, some of their clothing was highly radioactive. 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries in modern history. What exactly chased 9 people out of their tent to their brutal deaths? Let's look at the facts. Welcome back to Unsolved Mysteries, where we explore history's darkest disasters and most baffling mysteries. If you enjoy deep dives into the unknown, hit that subscribe button. In January 1959, a group of 10 university students and graduates set off on a grueling skiing expedition across the northern Ural Mountains in the Soviet Union. The group was led by a 2-3-year-old engineering student named Igor Dyatlov. These weren't amateurs. They were highly experienced Grade 2 hikers, seeking their Grade 3 certification, the highest level available at the time. Early in the trip, one member, Yuri Yudin, fell ill with joint pain and had to turn back. He was disappointed, but that illness ultimately saved his life. The remaining 9 continued into the deep wilderness. On February 1st, the group set up camp on the slopes of Kholat Syakhl. In the local indigenous language of the Mansi people, this translates to Mountain of the Dead. Dyatlov had promised to send a telegram to their sports club as soon as they returned by February 12th. But the 12th came and went. No telegram. By February 20th, the families demanded action, and a massive military and civilian rescue operation was launched. On February 26th, the search party found the camp. And this is where the mystery truly begins. The tent was half torn down and covered in snow. Investigators found that it had been cut open from the inside. All the group's belongings, their warm clothes, boots, and cameras were still inside. Leading away from the tent, down toward the edge of a nearby forest, were footprints. But the prints showed people wearing only socks, a single shoe, or completely barefoot. The tracks weren't frantic. They looked like the group walked at a normal pace away from whatever terrified them. At the edge of the forest, under a large cedar tree, they found the first 2 bodies. They were dressed only in their underwear, and they were frozen solid. The branches of the tree were broken up to 5 meters high, suggesting someone had desperately climbed it to look for something, or hide from something. Between the tree and the tent, searchers found 3 more bodies, including the leader, Igor Dyatlov. Their poses showed they were desperately trying to crawl back to the tent when they froze to death. But where were the other 4? It took 2 whole months for the snow to melt enough to find them. They were discovered in a deep ravine, buried under 4 meters of snow, and their condition shocked the investigators. While the first 5 died of hypothermia, these 4 had catastrophic fatal injuries. 1 had a crushed skull, 2 had massive chest fractures. The doctor who examined them said the force required to cause such damage was equal to a high-speed car crash, yet strangely, they had almost no external wounds or bruises. Even more disturbing, one of the female hikers, Lyudmila Dubinina, was missing her eyes, her lips, and her tongue. And as a final, inexplicable twist, when investigators tested the victim's clothing, they found abnormally high levels of radiation. The official Soviet criminal investigation concluded a few months later with a chillingly vague statement. The hikers died because of an unknown compelling force. The case was sealed, and the area was banned to skiers for 3 years. Naturally, this sparked decades of wild theories. Let's break down the most prominent ones. Theory number 1. Soviet military testing, another group of hikers, about 50 kilometers away, reported seeing strange glowing orange spheres in the sky on the night the Dyatlov group died. Some believe the hikers accidentally camped in a secret testing ground for a new weapon or parachute mine, which would explain the massive internal injuries without external bruising and the strange radiation on their clothes. Theory 2 explains the lack of clothes, paradoxical undressing. This is a real medical phenomenon where, in the final, lethal stages of hypothermia, the brain misfires and the victim suddenly feels like they are burning alive, causing them to strip off their clothes in the freezing cold. This explains the undressing, but not why they cut the tent open and fled in the first place. Theory 3 is the most scientifically accepted today, a bizarre, delayed slab avalanche. In 2021, Swiss researchers used advanced computer modeling, ironically, code originally used for the Disney movie Frozen, to simulate the snow conditions. They proposed that when the hikers dug into the slope to pitch their tent, they weakened a heavy slab of snow. Hours later, extreme winds caused that heavy, ice-hard slab to slide down, crashing directly onto the tent. It didn't bury them, but it crushed them, causing the severe internal injuries. Panicking in the dark, thinking a larger avalanche was coming, they slashed the tent open and fled to the tree line. The missing eyes and tongue, most likely the work of wild scavengers or running water in the ravine over the 2 months they were buried. While the slab avalanche theory makes logical sense, it doesn't satisfy everyone. The lead investigator of the case in 1959 went to his grave believing the military was involved. And the strange details, the radiation, the orange orbs in the sky, the exact sequence of events, still have missing pieces. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains a haunting reminder of the sheer, unforgiving power of nature and the limits of human survival. What do you think happened on that freezing night in 1959? Was it a freak avalanche, a military cover-up, or something else entirely? Let me know your theories down in the comments. If you want to hear about another Russian disaster the government tried to hide, check out my video on the Kishtim disaster right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next mystery.